about indices, and indices is all about how many times a particular value is multiplied. For example, when you have a value like 3 raised to the power of 2, this 2 here is telling us how many times this 3 is multiplied. We call it an index. So this 3 square is just 3 times 3, which is 9. Alright. So when we have 3 raised to the power 4, it is what? 3 times 3, which is 9, times 3, which is 27, times 3, which is 81. So there are laws that govern indices. This law enables us to calculate larger values. Let's say 3 raised to the power of 7 multiplied by 3 raised to the power of, let's say, 6. But in order for us to do this, we need to multiply this 7 times, then multiply that value. And at the end of the day, you're going to be getting a very gigantic number. So indices, which is very helpful with their laws, we can compute this using the first law of indices. So that will bring us to the first law of indices. The first law of indices is saying that when we have a times a raised to the power of n times a raised to the power of, let's say, m, we can compute this by picking just one e. When we pick one e, then we add the power, which is n plus n. So when we add the power n plus n, we get the value of this evaluation. The same is true for division, but reverse is the case. So when we have a raised to the power of n, instead of multiplication, let's say we have divide by a raised to the power of n, the answer is going to be picking just one e. Out of this, you pick one, then you subtract the power, which is n minus n. But for the first one, you are adding the power. For the second one, you are subtracting the power. Alright. And the third law that you must know is that anything raised to the power of 0 is just 1. Alright. Anything raised to the power of 0 is just 1. So, using the first law of indices, we can compute this. Alright. And how do we compute that? We said we pick 1 3. We pick 1 3, we add the power, which is 7 plus 6. So this will give us 3. 7 plus 6 is 13. Alright, so 7 plus 6 is 13. So that will be the final answer for this. Alright. So the next law we are going to be considering is the exponential law. Meaning we have a raised to the power of n, close bracket, to the power of n. We are going to have a raised to the power of nn. It means you are multiplying the powers. So when we have a raised to the power of 2 multiplied by 3, the final answer will be a raised to the power of 2 times 3, which is a raised to the power of 2 times 3 is what? 6. So this will be the answer. And yes, we have other laws. When we have a all over b raised to the power of n, the law that is governing this is that this n will affect both the numerator and the denominator. So it's going to be a raised to the power of n all over b raised to the power of what? N. Alright. So let's give an example. Let's say we have 2 all over 3 raised to the power of 2. The final answer is going to be 2 raised to the power of 2 all over 3 raised to the power of 2, which is 2 raised to the power of 2 is 4. 3 raised to the power of 2 is what? 9. Alright. So in the next video, we are going to be solving more examples using these laws. Alright. Subscribe to the channel, stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video. For now, goodbye.